Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for you.
Yeah, I'm gold 3 right now. I recognize that I have a lot to learn, so I'm glad
I was
you're
going to say
doing this.
what are your goals? What would you like to end the season if you could?
My goal is Emerald, because I've peaked Plat 2. I feel like I can definitely make it back to Platinum this year. But if I could hit Emerald, that would be just so cool.
I'm excited once you get the gas pedal going. I love the NASA span. Screw that Wither. By the way, always first swap. If you are going to try and play Udyr, always get this first swap. It's unfortunate how popular our champion is.
Yeah,
It's
I
part of
hear
the
you.
strategy is trying to get it. But
So this
that
is what I'm running for Rune Page with the Demolish. I'm
great.
gonna try that out.
I would say on Tiger Udyr, if you want, you can actually pick up Overgrowth as well. Because we tend to farm. Well, it just depends, but I would go Overgrowth if I were you. If we're going to coach, I'm going to recommend you to go Overgrowth and
All right,
Demolish.
sure.
Uh, I don't know. Have you ever seen seen me on stream talk about the interaction with Rift Grubs with the Overgrowth?
No, I haven't.
So, fun fact, when you do Rift Grubs, it's kind of goofy. I didn't know this until I tested or someone told me about it, one or the other. But if you do those Rift Grubs and those little tiny things spawn, it counts towards Overgrowth. So if you do both rounds of Rift Grubs, especially as Tiger Udyr, where you sounds like you're a split pusher and we should be prioritizing Rift Grubs, I would recommend you to do that most games.
Yeah.
It's gonna all those little grubs will count towards your overgrowth. So right at like 10 minutes when you finish the second round, that rune will give you plus 100 bonus health or whatever. It's really really high value.
Sweet.
I
So,
just liked it.
yeah, that was a bummer. My other question is, I've been playing a lot of games where I do prioritize grubs because I do like the split push. But if my bot lane loses, then it ends up hard to get any dragons at all. Because
Yeah.
I don't get the first one. Usually, like, whether I get the second one or not is kind of a toss up. Some games I do, some games I don't. But then the last two, if my bot lane is lost, it's really tough to get those.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I would say honestly, this is gonna sound extremely whatever, but and a lot of people might disagree with it. The lower elo you are, the less dragons matter because all dragons do the way you look at dragons is they give your entire team stats, right? So like if you get an infernal dragon, it's 3% AP and 3% AD. If you think about that, you might get an extra 10 attack damage, so you get an extra 300 gold value out of your items from getting that dragon. Multiplied by 5 people is 1,500 gold. It's really good from that standpoint. I would not encourage you to like over prioritize dragons until probably diamond and above. That's
Okay.
when dragon stacking becomes very important and part of the strategy to win. Because your teammates will start to use them better. I would say, in general, though, to actually answer the question, if your bot lane loses, and like let's say you're blue side and it's hard to get around into the pit, and you don't have much area to contest, your best bet, especially as a Tiger Udyr player, is you can either look to go get an inner turret top or bot. Drag them, split them apart while their team clumps and does the dragon while you have a losing bot. You can go get an inner turret for 700 gold or try and get an end turret or whatever. If that's not an option, if that's not on the table, the other thing that I will tend to do is I will sit in a bush and try and bush cheese someone on the other side, or I'll go try and farm the jungler's top side. While the enemy jungler, once again, to give you the same analogy, like that dragon with 300 gold, if you go take away the enemy top side, that's 300 gold for yourself. Sure, it's not for the entire team. It's 1,500 gold versus 300. The dragon is obviously better. But you offset the difference between you and the enemy jungler. And you get a slight experience advantage too, and you get track of his timers. So there's a lot of options you have. I would say don't freak out The dragons that matter most are Third Dragon, Dragon Soul, and Elder Dragon. Those are the ones you really want to prioritize. Third Dragon, because it'll prevent them from getting 4 dragons. And it'll also allow you to start stacking one of every type. If you've already got the first 2 dragons, then Third Dragon means you can get a 22-minute Dragon Soul, you know? But I don't really prioritize dragons until about Diamond. At Diamond and above, you can re-ask me and we can answer a more in-depth question. It depends comps and all sorts of stuff on dragons and all that.
Sounds good. Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes I kind of get stuck in this like pull towards dragon, even when I know we can't really contest it. Like maybe someone on my team just got picked, or my team is just totally unprepared, and I kind of like hover the dragon pit, just like hoping that something crazy happens, even though it's not going to. And so I think that's really good advice. Just like you got to do what's going to get you ahead. And if I can't contest dragon, then I shouldn't be in that area.
Yeah, and pinging your team away is too. Real quick, the runes we're doing PT. Let me just double check your runes real quick.
Yeah.
Great. Swap to attack speed on the minor rune real quick.
Okay.
Great. Awesome. I like the last stand. Okay. You are against a very AP heavy team comp. So I would encourage you, whenever you see like Syndra, Kog'Maw, Lulu, they have an Aurora too. Especially as a split pusher, you've got a lot of green lights. Ding, 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 ding. If I build a magic resist component, nobody can stop my split push. So this is going to be a fun game for you to be playing Tiger Udyr. Shaco, you for sure want to do that. I would recommend whichever side of the map you aren't starting, get a ward up, kind of like how I do at 115. And then kind of how, if I were not here, how would you path this?
So I would start top side. Shaco, I think, is pretty likely to invade me, so I'd start here and then go down. That way he's a lot less likely to invade and hurt me while I don't have any, like, all 4 of my abilities. Plus, I think the problem is I think the brand will probably push, so if I was looking for a gank, it'd make more sense to go top. What are your thoughts?
I would say let's go ahead and path towards top. You can either do a red or a raptor start, whichever one you've practiced the most.
Okay.
But I would go towards top. I agree. I do think that bot lane's going to be frustrating. I would say as a jungler, one responsibility you have is Shaco can easily gank a Brand and a Vel'Koz, so help them track and start spam pinging if they freak out. Go ahead and put a point in Q and level. Yeah, go into Q. There you go. You're going to get a leash. This is awesome from Brandon Vel'Koz. Yay. But grubs are kind of what we're playing for. Especially keep in mind you've got overgrowth. So we do, part of the strategy on this build is we're trying to use the rift grubs to stack on the overgrowth. I'm excited for you with, especially if you end up putting Hullbreaker in your build with an overgrowth, you're going to have like 700 bonus health. It'll be great. Now, when you build magic resist, what tends to be your preferred item? I think I saw Force of Nature. Maybe I made that up. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's heavy magic damage comp, I usually go Force of Nature. Sometimes I go Maw, but not as often, honestly.
Good job here. It's kind of clunky. I can't give, honestly, too much advice on this clear anymore since the nerfs, but you're beating the minion wave. As you know, as long as you touch that minion wave all the way across, you're pretty much on tempo. We didn't see Shake on the map, to my knowledge. I was going to say, in regards to the magic resist, if you want to put that, I did see Force of Nature in your match history. It happens to be the best item in the game against Kog'Maw. And it's also, their entire team is full AP. I don't tend to build Force of Nature unless they're literally Aurora top, Syndra mid, Lulu support, Kog'Maw with Shaco that does still, you know, he builds, even if he builds AD, he'll still do some mixed damage, you know. So, you want to put Force of Nature. You know, I would say if you wanted, you could do like your first item seems to be Stride Breaker, which is great, which works really well here. I would do like Hex Drinker as a component, and then just build Force of Nature, and then upgrade to Maw third.
Oh, freak.
You're good. Keep going. One more auto tech. Nice. You're A-okay. Obviously, a couple things we could have done different, but you're A-okay. As a habit, when you walk into ganks, one thing that is just super easy you can do is just press R, especially against champions like Aurora that go invisible. You'll see them when they go invisible, but you'll clip them with their R, with your R active if they flash. So you don't really use it for like the auto attack damage, you just use it for the circle to clip them. Yeah, go back top here. Hit her with the Shin Shin gang.
I think his wave is pushing pretty hard, but maybe if he can bait it.
I think she'll go in. She's ooga boogering it, yeah. If nothing else, you should help him crash it. Yep, just help him crash. What we're going to do here is we'll just immediately reset. We're a little bit late to our camps. I do think staying is the correct thing to do here, though. It's okay if the wave doesn't crash. You did what you could. Urgot, frankly, should have gone back to base a little sooner. All right, so right here, I would actually undo that real quick. I'm going to blow your mind. Get boots, double longsword.
Swifties?
Or no, just brown boots.
Mercs?
Just brown boots. Yeah, double longsword.
Okay.
And then the recipe for Stride Breaker, get a triple longsword. Great. Perfect. This, so Tiamat is a fantastic farm component. As Tiger Udyr, it really doesn't improve your clear speed until second or third component. I can't remember when, but I tested it. If you just do straight attack damage, it'll be the exact same clear. And when you're in PvP, you're really going to feel the damage difference. The 30 flat attack damage really helps you. If you need to on Raptor Camp, don't be afraid to use your Awaken R for the lack of Tiamat, but when you're in PvP, you'll feel the extra kick. Shaco is bot. If I were you...
run to his camps?
Yeah, I was going to say...
Like his top side?
Take a look at his top side. I have been a bad coach. I do not know where he started this game. Let's look at mid.
Syndra is half health, and I do have my...
Awaken E if she tries to push it back here. It's okay. It's okay. Flash is a flash. Check the Raptors and then go straight into Grubs. Great. Ignore mid. It's fine. Your mid just needs to leave. It's on her if she dies. At this point, we're just playing for Grubs, so just go straight to Grubs. Ignore mid.
I do have passive backup. I think I'm going to gank it. She's super low. She just used her.
Keep in mind Shaco could be here. Okay, great job. Nice job with the kill there. The reason why I was afraid to go to the mid gank there, yeah, go straight top. Yeah, skip the Grubs here.
Oh, okay.
I do agree with the decision.
She has ult, but we might be able to do something.
I do think with Urgot, she is very low in mana. If she ults, that'll at least keep your Urgot out of kill pressure for her. Very good job. Straight to Grubs. Shaco's here.
He's level 4.
He's level 4. What the heck? I would say just do Grubs here. Try and bring him to you. Keep an eye on mid. If the mid walks into the river, all right, leave. Just go full clear jungle. Do crab and full clear jungle. Sorry. Lulu's up top. Get one of these and then go full clear. We got to get out of here ASAP. Your mid, your top just died and mid is collapsing in.
Yeah.
If I were you, let's see here. Press. Can you open shop real quick for me? I can't remember. What is Tiamat plus Phage? I can't even remember. 750 plus 500.
Yeah, I can get Tiamat, but I wonder if I can still get Grubs.
If I were you, nice they just gave these. Wonder why they didn't do these. Well, that works. Great. What did Shaco do? Okay. I can't believe the Shaco didn't do these. Good call. Let's go ahead and finish off Crab. Shaco's right behind you in River. Hold on to Awakening. Yeah, great job. Look at top. Let's see what's happening up there.
Yeah, headed in.
Great. Shaco is here. Look at Syndra real quick. Your mid's fighting Syndra. Great.
Shaco's here.
Go ahead and walk around. Turn on your R so that way you can see him if he ever goes invisible or whatever.
Oh,
Nice.
she got him. That's sick.
All right, so we're in a really good spot as a jungle. I would do your blue buff, go back to base, spend gold. One thing to just keep in mind as a jungler is we staggered our Gromp and our Wolves here, so we're not going to do our Wolves. We're just going to wait till the next cycle to do them. They're going to be under-leveled, whatever. Who cares? It's better than, you know, putting them on. So just go back to base here.
If I do a full clear, I have my item.
I would go back to base and cash in.
Okay.
I understand why you would want to farm it out there, and I did actually tell someone in a last coaching video to do that. Right here, in my opinion, why it's better to cash in is I would actually... Stridebreaker is not actually about the item spike. It's about the components. I would get the Tiamat and that, and then how much is Swifties? Is it 700?
What do you think about Merc Treads?
Yeah, go ahead and go Merc Treads into this comp. I do want you to get boots sooner rather than later here, though, because I do want to delay the item spike. This is really important to either have Swifties or Mercs, whichever one you prefer, because they're full AP and they've got the worst kite comp on planet Earth. Swifty, or the, not Swifties, but the Cloud Dragon would help you. I would go take a look at the Tribush here. Keep in mind that the crowd control is going to be still nightmarish, even with boots. But I think with Smolder, peel Smolder's top priority, kill the enemy ADC is second priority. I would awaken W if the Syndra turns on you. I would go ahead and just get out. Let's go ahead and do Raptors. Just go back into the full clear. Do Raptors first. Raptors first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For the same reason, you know, so in general, whenever you start a quadrant, you want to do both camps one right after the other, because the idea is if you come into your jungle in 2 minutes from now when your camps respawn, there's going to be, you know, a weird gap between your Krugs and your Raptors. You want to keep Raptors and Krugs, or Wolves and Gromp, depending on what side of the map you're on, as close as possible, because it'll spit out extra tempo and gold. That if you do that, like as a rule of thumb, if you ingrain that into your kind of your like farm habit, you will instantly get like an extra CS per minute. You'll be amazed at what it does for you. You'll see sometimes on stream, like I will literally like delay coming to a fight, even though some might think it's wrong. Sometimes you should go straight to the fight, but if you're on that verge of like, do I go to the fight or do I finish off the Gromp? It's worth 200 gold to finish off the Gromp, because it not only gives you 100 gold, but it undelays it, you know. With Urgot top, you can definitely look for Lightning Q. What is the timer on Krugs here? Is it 30 seconds? Shaco is bot. Go straight into Shaco's top side, actually. I would ignore top, even though he's hurting. He just dies here. It's fine. I'm going to say something mean. He was going to die with or without you there, and I don't... Frankly, I don't think you going top. I don't think you could have killed her. She could have ulted away. Go to his cards. Go to his cards, actually. Alright, it's fine to go to Rift Gubs. Nah, it's okay. We've already started walking this way. I normally try and finish off both there. Ignore top. Yeah, just go ahead and go for these. If Vel'Koz was here sooner, you could go for top. I would say just focus these. Keep an eye on mid with the Lulu mid, too. I always repeat this, another just common rule of thumb this season, that always look for the enemy's support if you start Krugs, because if she ain't on the map, she's coming to you. I would dip set if I were you. We've got, yeah, really, really good job with your tempo. How close are we to item? We've got to be close, yeah. 1,500.
300.
Stridebreaker's so expensive, man.
It is.
It's okay. We've got a nice window between objectives. I would say you're in a good spot to just farm it, go back to base, and then get this item spike. As soon as we get Stridebreaker, as you know, it is an incredible gank tool. So,
yeah,
bot lane would be nice to win. If you could get a lane ahead this game, I would say it'd be bot lane would be the. Ooh, there's a Lulu. What the hell? Nice. Question mark? Well done. You earned that, kid. A wild Lulu appeared on your Crux half health with a lightning Q up.
I was gonna cut her off over here, but then she ended up blast coning right into me. So I just saw Shaco top. What do you think about me invading his bot side?
I would say
What do you
let's
think?
do the full clear. So this game, the reason why is I think with
I
how
lost you.
Oh, sorry. I think I turned off my microphone. My bad. How long have I been quiet?
Just a few minutes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have clicked the wrong button there. But I was gonna say you are a-okay here. That is so funny. I wonder when I lost you. Nice Awaken E through the Aurora ult. I would go to Gromp and heal.
Okay.
We want to finish off once again the quadrant as long as we can get away with this. I don't think they're going to come to your Gromp here.
I think he's here. Maybe?
Don't be afraid to get one Awaken W cycle off just to get some health back, and then we can look to go join the fight. Don't be afraid in those moments, you know. One nice thing about Udyr, yeah, get out of here for sure. One thing that is nice about Udyr, we'll go back to base and get our item here.
Yeah.
Your sustain is freaking ridiculous. So don't be afraid in those moments to cheeky go heal off your jungle camp and come back in with full health. Other junglers don't have turtle stance, you know. So
what do you think I go here?
I would go Hex Drinker into Force of Nature. That would be my exact buy order. I would get the Hex Drinker component just for a little bit more damage. You'll also get that nice little shield if you do get low on health. I would then build a full magic resist. I usually hate tank items on Tiger Udyr. I think they're a waste. This is one of those, like, they're 4 AP, and it's not like, once you get tanky, you can actually run over this team, but until you get tanky, it'll be very hard to win. The Lulu focus. What has Lulu done to you in your past life?
I hate Lulu. I hate Lulu so much.
I can tell, dude. You got a blood vengeance against her.
I almost got her. I almost one-shot her.
No, I like that. That works. You took her out of the fight. It's either Cinder or Lulu. You're taking someone out of the fight. Great job.
I'm gonna go catch this wave here.
I was going to say I would take both bot waves. I would take this one and then the next one and probably the next one after that, honestly. As long as your mid keeps shoving here, or your team keeps shoving mid, you're good to keep farming this bot. The next wave will, as you can see, crash. His blue is also up. You could think about that. But as long as your team is on the map, just keep the pressure up bot side. You're a split pusher. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. Go ahead and get out of here, though. This is a nightmare combo for Udyr. Kog'Maw Lulu, when I came back to and I started making guides on Tiger, it was one of the most commented things on my YouTube was, how do you deal with Kog'Maw Lulu? And I was like, I don't know. You play Tiger Udyr, you get 3 items and you flash one-shot them.
Yeah.
Just like you did last fight, Exhibit A. Lightning Q the Lulu, take her out of the fight. Great
I might
job,
have to
though.
go back bot.
Keep in
What do you
mind,
think?
I would say, no, just keep full clearing here. Full
Okay.
clear, you've got a nice 500 gold sitting there. At this point, you'll be very fast. As a general game plan, though, you are very far ahead. You have a nice 1,000 gold on your head. You're literal, like, if you have to decide between getting 3 kills or staying alive, stay alive. It's that important, you know what I mean? So we're playing on our back foot. I give people the analogy of you're like a boxer playing on the ropes when you have a bounty. You're like Muhammad Ali against George Foreman. I don't know if you've ever seen that fight, but you're just tiring them out, wait for them to miss and engage, and then you run in and get free kills with your huge advantage. Awaken E if
What
you
is
have
this
to.
brand doing?
I don't know. Get the Stride Breaker. Great. Nice. With Shaco bot, Kog'Maw mid, there's 2 mid. I would say you did manage to, yeah, let's just walk straight down top with Rift Grub stacks. We are close to second item. I'm actually that's juicy, that demolish proc. I'm actually gonna
Yeah, it was.
take this wave. We're gonna reset after this wave. I think you go straight into Hullbreaker this game. I think you use the base.
I just took this camp.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea either. I wouldn't overstay, though. We are sitting on a lot of gold. If you have to choose between fighting and leaving, definitely choose leaving.
Yeah, I'll just
Great.
head out.
Since you're so far ahead, since you've got 6 grubs, I would say if you can get a Hullbreaker, buy that now. If you can't, get Hex Drinker.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can get it.
Great. And then we'll go into Magic Resist second. We're going to use the... If you're in a snowball position, like you literally heard my game plan was Hex Drinker into Force of Nature. You're so far ahead with 6 grubs, you can just use your giant health pool and Magic Merc Treads to kind of negate a lot of their damage. Now we can build Maw, and if you continue to snowball, we'll just skip a tank item this game.
An ally has been slain.
Surprised the Lulu's not here.
There she is.
There she is.
An ally has been slain.
Nice.
Did my
Excellent.
Urgot die?
Yeah, he got booty cheek there. I was gonna say, if you ever want to go for a bush cheese, there are 2 ways I recommend people to do it there. You can open with, so I usually tell people sit in the bush with Q, and so you do Q, lightning Q into bear stun, which is really nice. But if it's someone like Shaco or Kha'Zix that can blink away, yeah, for sure, just keep going. You're gonna run up through topside. If they chase you, run up through the game. Take this turret, kill Kog'Maw. Good dodge. Those cooldown that's just internal cooldown. It's like you'll get better with Udyr. It's like as you practice more, you just gotta hold the Q for the lightning cycle. You probably would have had him there. Close enough, but here's the cool thing about that, is you technically, that's still worth, because it's 700 gold on that tower. You just gave a big shutdown. That is one of the few moments that I actually do think it is worth to give a bounty away. So we're going to go Hex Drinker. Like I said, let's just go straight into Maw. Maw gets quite a bit of value since we've got 3 attack damage items, so we'll just finish out the Maw. But in this scenario, yes, we just gave 1,000 gold to a Kog'Maw. No assists, just to the Kog'Maw, so it's 1,000 gold. You finally get rid of your bounty, so you can start breathing a little bit and play more aggressively. And you get 700 gold, and you gave your team an inner turret. I think those are one of the few scenarios it is worth giving away a bounty. Look for the bear stun if you can get it. That's the most important thing. Nice. If I were you, get off Baron, get off Baron, get off Baron. Go heal off of your blue buff. Past 20 minutes.
And then go mid?
Yeah.
Or go top?
If I were you, just heal and then look to fight mid. Your Smolder is bot split pushing. Go look to kill them mid, I would say.
I don't have Awakened up, so I'm going to do a camp real quick.
Okay, now you're good to go. I was going to say, your team all went back to base, so I think you're fine. Go do Grump, go do Grump, go do Grump.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I know, I need to get it on the same timer.
Dude,
I just wanted to catch
you
that
can see it
cannon.
now. That's all you need to know now. As long as you can see it, now that's what matters. If you're gonna do one, always try to do one right after the other. But the fun part about Canyon Waves too, someone told me this way back in the day. Canyon Waves, the Canyon Minion soaks like 7 turret shots. So minion waves later in the game, you can just leave them for your laners. They'll get there in time almost always. I don't know when, but at some point, every other wave has a canyon minion. Okay, so you are very strong. Make sure, remember that you want to open with Stride Breaker into, if you can get the bear stun into Stride Breaker. If you can't get the bear stun, use Stride Breaker to catch people, right? Keep going here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're a... Oh, I love low elo macro. This shit makes me happy, dude.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Don't, so right here, don't go for the turret. Don't take any damage either. Just keep Kog'Maw top lane. From a macro standpoint, we've got 2 people bot, and your team's getting a guaranteed kill on somebody bot. Shaco could be ganking you with Kog'Maw, so always keep that in the back of your mind.
He went mid.
Great, we see him mid. Get ready to back off right after this tower. Back off, back off, back off. Great job. Just keep playing this hokey pokey dance. You're doing a great job.
You don't think I should get the camps?
No, just keep pressuring the map. As long as your team is on the map, you just want to keep doing this exact song and dance. Go ahead and use those juicy hold. I would say go ahead and look to killer. 4 people are bot side. If you can find a good flash angle, you can definitely pull it out here. Yeah, you got her. Her pushback's on cooldown. And then, like, excellent. Well played. Go ahead.
Oh, that was awesome. That's freaking awesome.
Well done, well done. Back off, back off. The Avengers Assemble is coming. Tony Stark, along with everybody else, is on your ass. Well done, though. Great job keeping pressure on the map. I would take these Krugs on the way out. At this point in the game, Udyr farms so dang fast. You're doing a very good job. Let's reset.
It's coming back up. I only have 3K. It's not that much.
I was going to say, I would go cash in and then just come straight to Baron.
Okay, sounds good.
If your team fights, you'll be good to go. You could also just start at bot and full clear up. Depends on how your team plays it. I like Deadman's here. I really do.
Okay.
I think Force of Nature, actually.
Force of Nature?
Yeah. I'm a noob. They're full AP.
Okay. Sounds good.
One or the
Should
other.
we play for drag, or I already have top inhib?
Press tab for me. I would get red buff, and I would play for this dragon.
Okay.
Just because this is going to be called dumb teammate insurance. Let's say for whatever reason they are able to shut you down. If you let the enemy team start stacking mountain dragons, it's going to be very hard for your squishy team comp to do anything.
Oh, frick.
It's called dumb teammates. The one closest to you is the real one. You got him. Nice. Go ahead and just zap the dragon. 2 people are dead for them. Great job. You're doing a very good job this game of not dying. Sometimes it's the things you're not doing that, matter the most. So really good job holding on and picking the right fights and not doing anything dumb. I would just go by, yeah. I don't even think Baron's a necessary thing this game. GG. Well done. I'm curious. Let's see what the CS. What was our CS per minute? Were we above 8? Yes, dude. I think we were above 8 CS per minute. Let me see here. I'm gonna pull it up. My goal is to get anybody I coach above 8 CS per minute. Let me do this. Great. Let me drag this.
8.6.
Yes, dude. There we go. And the momentum probably felt real nice that game. You did a good job. One thing, if you don't mind, I do want to just from a general micro standpoint, want to clean a couple things up. If you want to download the replay, there are 3 quick moments that I think that will add a ton of value to your climb. The first was, do you remember that first gank on top? I think it was, who was the enemy top laner? Aurora.
Yeah.
Very nice job there. Look at that turret damage. That makes me so happy.
11,000. Yeah, I did like the demolish. I thought it did quite a bit.
Excellent. Shield bug, that makes me laugh. Above 8 CS per minute. Can I buy that for all of my 4 teammates? Yeah, don't you wish your teammates would just farm, dude? All right, so take a look at the first gank top. I can't remember if it was it at 4 minutes or 10 minutes? I can't remember. But whenever
It's right around here.
Okay, so pause real quick for me. Right here, I usually encourage people. So the thing you got to remember, right, on Udyr is if you go into bear stance, that bad boy's on cooldown for 6 seconds. And the movement speed it gives you is super good. I usually tell people just angle upwards. So, like, you would walk kind of closer towards the enemy turret, and you would proc R. You know, Aurora, there's a bonus reason why we want to proc R. Usually that's the rule of thumb, but Aurora also goes invisible. So if you have the R active, you'll know exactly if she's trying to juke you, which direction she's going. So if you'd kind of like angled slightly upwards, pressed R, and then gone into bear stance, you would have had the bonus movement speed while you were closer to her, so she can't run away, if that kind of makes sense.
That makes sense.
It's the only thing I would have done different. I think we still get the kill here, which is great.
Yeah, we do.
But see right there, if we had the R active, no need to flash. We get to hold on to flash. No clunkiness. Bada boom, bada bang. She dies. No issues at all. And you get the movement speed, right? So she would shoot. Not only would you have clipped her with the R, but your E movement speed would have still been active, right? So you would have been able to keep walking through her. The other one, I can't remember. I think you killed Shaco later on. It was a kill, so great job. Skip to like maybe it was one of your early kills on Shaco. I just want to take a look at that one again. Or maybe it was the bot lane.
I don't think I killed Shaco until the very end.
Maybe it was the bot lane counter gank. Do you remember when you were waiting in Tribush? I can't remember what. Urgot died, I think.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, skip
that
to
was, I think around.
I think it was right
so
after.
So Urgot's right here. He's about to die.
Great.
I'm waiting in the bush here.
Great. So usually when you're bush cheesing, if you want to pause, there are 2 ways I recommend people to do it. So at this point, he's dumb. He's dead. So if you're against a Shaco, a Kha'Zix, or someone that can jump away, I do actually recommend opening with just one Q. So you're going to press, you're going to sit in this bush. We know that we're going to bush cheese. You're going to be sitting here. It's like the start of the game. You know how you press Q for the first red buff? Same deal.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to sit here with the Q ready. So you're gonna get the free first Q. You're gonna go into bear stun and then straight into immediate lightning Q because that's gonna give you the highest chance of killing him before Shaco, Kha'Zix. I'm trying to think of other champions that are super slippery like Kassadin. I'll do that build that setup into. The other way you can do it, if you're against somebody that's a little bit more melee that can't blink away like Ornn or Set, you just do the full combo. You just do QQ, QQ, lightning Q, bear stun, and he'll die almost 10 times out of 10. But here you probably could have picked a kill up on Shaco. Bush cheesing, it's kind of like old Tiger Knot Udyr. Did you ever play old Tiger Udyr back in the day?
I didn't. No, I played mostly Vi.
Oh, gross. I used to hate playing against Vi, but back in the day on anybody in the Twitch chat that used to play pre-rework Udyr, you could queue up a tiger dot in a bush, and you used to be able to, like, double dot, triple dot cheese people. Same deal. But honestly, compliments, things that I did notice you did very well. Good job holding on to your bounty this game. You have a good eye for split pushing. I can tell you're a split pusher. You naturally started moving into top lane without me telling you. Earlier in the game, and then you've also did a good job throughout the game just thinking from a macro standpoint, well, if I just go bot, what the hell are they going to do? So I liked that. I liked that, we had an eye on the fact that they were magic damage heavy. That was really clean as well. One thing that I noticed right out of the gate, just by farming a little bit more, just by putting one quadrant, doing both camps at the same time in the same quadrant, you will literally boost your CS per minute by 1. Like, literally, you're going to have 1 CS per minute more just by doing that. And, and it doesn't mean, like, you have to sacrifice ganks for farm. If you think a gank's about to happen, maybe wait a second before doing the Raptor camp. Maybe wait 5 seconds to see if the gank happens, and then go start farming, so that way you don't stagger your camps. It's part of the decision-making process, but you definitely don't want to do one and then go join a fight and then stagger it. I can't remember. Someone back in the day told me it's worth anywhere from 100 to 200 gold if you stagger your camps like that, and it takes you an extra 30 seconds to get to the other one. It's just going to bleed you that much gold over the next 3 respawn cycles. Ooh, like the duck and the frog there.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I didn't even notice that. I can't even.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was in the game, honestly. I've played a lot of leagues. But you had a 9-1 game. Keep going. I'm excited for you. Any questions for me? Anything that I can help with after that game? Any feedback from all that?
So I guess just overall thoughts. I did really like the Demolish proc. So really thank you. I think that was a great recommendation for me, particularly because I do like to split push. It was good to hear your thought process while I was in game about camps, because that is definitely something I need to work on. And then I think, like with the Syndra, you told me, okay, just if you can get a good flash angle, go for it. I thought that moment was so cool because it's not a moment I would have taken. I knew I was pretty strong, but if I was just playing by myself, I don't think I would have went for that kill. But going for that kill, I got the inhib, I got another wave, I got that kill. So it was huge.
Yep.
So I think I need to be more confident when I am ahead as well.
I'm excited for you. One thing that I will give feedback on too, and if you want to focus on it, it's also a stride breaker, that active. It's one of the most, it's a dance. It's so good for dancing with champions because it's a range slow, and it's the huge benefit of it. You can use it as an engage tool. So let's say they're slippery and they're just outside of range, stride breaker into a blue smite into a bear stun. Let's say they mess up in positioning, you can bear stun them and then hit stride breaker to where if they flash away, they're going to be slowed on the other side of the flash because the stride breaker. So, as you get good with that, and that particular moment with Syndra, that was really fun. Those are some of my favorite moments as Tiger Udyr. But most champions in League of Legends, this is part of the reason why people ban the hell out of Udyr, only have one leverage thing. They've got one thing in their kit that they can use to keep Udyr off of them or out-sustain them. Every champion's got a strength and weakness, right? So Syndra, it's a pushback. Lux, it's a snare. Mumu has the fact that he's an incredible drain tank. Kasante's got the fact that he's tanky as hell and still does a ton of damage for some reason, right? All these champions have their strengths and weaknesses. With Udyr, you're an army Swiss knife. When you're ahead, especially in a split push context, when you're in those 1v1 side lane scenarios, just by keeping someone there, that's obviously great. But outside of that, with Syndra, if she misses the pushback, it's a green light to engage, especially a stride breaker. She'll die 10 times out of 10. If you play against Tryndamere, if Tryndamere misses the W slow on you, it's going to be a kill 10 times out of 10. If the Kog'Maw, misuses his slowing thing and doesn't have a Lulu around him, you just awaken Ian to him with a stride breaker proc and off he goes. Feels real good, dudes.
That was awesome. She missed the pushback, and then she was just so dead. I mean, I'm still full health.
And then
so
we get
awesome.
the inhib pressure literally won you guys the game because it's what set up the next fight is the fact that somebody wasn't there. So this, in many ways, won the game. And I'm excited for you. As you know, Hullbreaker is incredible. I would encourage you kind of the exact same mindset we had this game. Even or behind as Tiger Udyr in a split put, you probably want to build defensive because Udyr's already got so much damage. If you're winning, just slap a Hullbreaker on and walk down a side lane. The experience advantage alone that you're good pathing and you had really good decision making this game. You had a great experience advantage over everybody in the game. Every level you're ahead is worth 600. On Udyr, it's closer to 700 gold, honestly. So, if you're 3 levels ahead of, let's say, that Kog'Maw and you're in a side lane scenario, you're 4 levels ahead. 4 times 7 is 2,800 gold. You're a full item ahead, not including items. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is insane. So you can really gas pedal your lead as Udyr, especially in low elo. The exact way you play it is why I tell people that Tiger Udyr is better in low elo. You just go split push. People can't respond to macro. I don't know why. It's ARAM central in hit 15 minutes, everybody goes mid. I don't know why, dude.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. Yeah, and this item, Hullbreaker, did 4,000 damage to structures, which
Holy
is
cow.
quite a bit.
It's
So that's huge.
I was practicing Hullbreaker. You're making me want to build more Hullbreaker, but I was practicing it before patch 14, whichever the big patch was that changed the items. And it's if you're a split pusher, I would encourage Demolish and Hullbreaker in all of your builds. It doesn't matter where you put Hullbreaker in, but get it somewhere in there. It's just so good. Tiger Udyr also has very high attack speed, so Hullbreaker is an every 5th auto attack does bonus damage thing. You actually do quite a bit of damage to champions with it as well. So it's really, really good. And then Overgrowth, as you can see, I explained to people the value of Overgrowth. A Ruby Crystal is 400 gold for 150 health. You just got, give or take a Ruby Crystal and a half, so 600 bonus health just by farming your jungle and farming Rift Grubs and farming the map.
Yeah, 600 gold.
So it's really nice, especially if you build a resistance item. If you build defensive boots, all of your resistances, of course, apply to your bonus health. So you put a Maw, Malmortis, and a Merc Treads. That's why Syndra would have never killed you that game with your bonus health pool and the resistances you were stacking. So really well played. I'm excited for you. Keep going. You can definitely, if you focus on power farming, especially with your split push style, I know you're shooting for Emerald. Diamond is not out of the question. It is very easy to hit Diamond just by split pushing. I can't tell you how many times, literally, because I'm whatever rank I am, I'll be in like a plat lobby and like the enemy York ends the fucking game. Sorry, pardon my French, but like they end the game before I can even do anything. Like they're just on my inhib on my Nexus, and I'm like, I can't even out carry the rate at which my Jack's top lane is feeding.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to try the split push all the way to Diamond. I think you could do it. Any other questions I can help with before I go here?
No, that's super helpful. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah, and obviously thank you for signing up and subbing and all that, supporting the stream. Final question, obviously up to you, no pressure either way. Would you mind if I put this on YouTube just so other people could learn alongside you?
Please do.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
Dang. Call me so I can make it juicy for ya.